actually don't know why I'm saying this part, but do you take your smartphone into the shower, or has your partner ever interrupted sex to take a call or send a text message?
Excuse me?
You might need some help. Or you might know somebody who has an addiction, and I will admit this, I do use it in the shower.
What about the other part?
No.
Good.
Keep going.
All right, there's actually a name for this. Some people say it should be considered a legitimate mental disorder and that it should be added to the medical dictionary. It's serious. Pix 11's Christy Duffy here to look at the impact of the addiction.
John and Tamsin, researchers are calling this nomophobia. Some saying that addiction to our smartphones is growing at an astonishing pace, and yes, rehab for it does already exist. Now, research shows that some are showering with their smartphone, like Tamsin. Some admit to using them while going to the bathroom, and even worse, while having sex. Another study I read says we are now spending more time with these devices than with the most important people in our lives.
How much would you say you use your smartphone in a given day?
All day. I have to charge it like 3 times a day.
How many hours a day?
Way too much. 2 hours, 3 hours, 2, 3.
Hourly.
It's probably several hours a day.
I mean, let's think. I'm on the pot like 4 times a day, so there's like 10 minutes in there. You know.
Is it in the bathroom?
Absolutely, man. It's the best read you could possibly have.
When it's busy like this, Grand Central Terminal turns into a sea of smartphones. People here telling us they use them everywhere from on the toilet to on the train ride home.
All day playing the games.
On not 1, but 2 smartphones, you might add.
What do you need 2 smartphones for?
Got this one. And I got this one.
That's not a smartphone, that's a computer. Where's the strangest place you've seen somebody use their smartphone?
Not on the toilet. That's pretty
You don't
long.
have to tell me who it was. So this guy is not alone.
How much time would you say you spend on your smartphone daily?
More time than my wife would prefer.
Uh-oh. You're not spending more time with your smartphone than your wife, are you?
She would contend that sometimes, yes.
Couples are spending more time with their smartphones than with each other, says a recent study. The findings show smartphone use is on average 119 minutes daily, while time spent with a significant other, 97 minutes daily. An odd place where people are racking up time. Another study found 1 in 10 take their smartphone with them into the shower. While 1 in 5 young adults admit they picked up their smartphone while having sex. 1 in 10 adults of all ages said they did it too. Nomophobia, or no mobile phobia as it's been coined, is the fear of being without your phone. 2 psychologists recently suggested putting the disorder into the DSM, the gold standard guidebook for diagnosing mental disorders. Psychologists say signs of it include frequent checking, using your phone in inappropriate places, having more than one, or carrying a charger and constantly checking the phone's battery life. Basic treatment is being developed. A California rehab may be the first in the country offering group therapy for it. To kick the tap and swipe habit, a team of young entrepreneurs came up with a decoy. The No Phone, as they call it, looks like a smartphone, but it's pure plastic. A Kickstarter campaign to support this idea raised nearly 4 times the amount of money they set out for. They're now officially in business and have sold thousands of these things. It costs more for the fake selfie mirror.
You know, when you have the No Phone in your pocket, you know, you pull it out and you try to use it, it doesn't work. It's a piece of plastic. And you can go on and have a conversation with whoever you're hanging out with.
I asked addiction specialist Dr. Harris Straightner, do you see it as a legitimate disorder?
I do. I think it's becoming more and more of a legitimate disorder.
So how much time is too much?
I think you have to judge that for yourself. I think the better question is to ask yourself, how long do you want to let a gadget interrupt your current moment?
Now, Dr. Straightner says you can really get addicted to just about anything, and how much time you choose to spend on your smartphone is really a personal decision that depends on a lot of factors like your age, your job, your lifestyle. I will say that after doing all the research I had to do for this story, it made me want to find out exactly how much time I'm spending on my 2 phones, one for work and one is personal. So I downloaded an app for that and tracked my use for a week, and I am embarrassed to say that my most shameful day of smartphone use, Friday the 13th, when I used my phone for a record 6.5 hours. Now, I've been asking people on social media to track their time and send it in to us. You can post it on our Facebook page. And Tamsin, I know you've been tracking your smartphone usage, so what's the damage?
I gotta say, I'm pretty proud after I heard 6 hours. My worst was 261 minutes. But I like this because this is a moment app, and Christy told me to download this last week. It tells you how many times you picked it up, basically picked up
Yeah.
your email.
Oh,
And
you pick it up.
so 73 times that day, I picked up my
About
phone
4 hours,
checked my
73
email.
times.
Yeah. I'm okay with that number compared to yours, I think. But do we both have mental disorders? Is that what that
In my defense, it does run in the background. It includes like when you're using your GPS, and I drive a lot for work, so.
Right. I mean, I feel like that's like a severe leap
If
of
you factor in
saying,
the time you slept that day, the time you ate, the time you showered and everything, you were on the phone basically the entire time outside of the bed. 6 hours, 4
oh,
hours.
yeah, what she was. Yeah, I was 107, so that's an hour and a half. That's a,
We're skipping the
my goodness.
intervention. We're just sending you right to recovery.
So what do they suggest? I mean, this is a serious disorder. They're talking about it, and they're saying that what is the solution? Like, is there medicine for this? I know that plastic thing. I'm not carrying that around.
There is some recommendations for anti-anxiety and antidepressant drugs, but, I think it really is all within reason.
Yeah, I think so too. All right, I like that. That's interesting to note.
Wow.
Duly noted.
Yeah. All right. Going down to the single digits tonight. Mr. J.
I like Tamsin. She does things like, I'm on the phone like 240 minutes.
60.
Yeah, 260. So we do that, and you correct her, it's 4 hours the next, but she shaves it, so that it doesn't sound that bad.
I was rounding it. I'm softening it.
And then she wanted to know if the phone that was just a placebo, you were able to take pictures. All right, everybody, it's cold night. It is